Hi, I think we're live now. It says that we're live, and welcome to Tarot Time. Welcome to the Medium channel, whether you're here live on Sunday morning or if you're watching this later on in a video. Thank you for being here, and today we're going to dive into the energies of the week ahead using tarot and other divination tools and maybe some direct channeling to help us navigate this ever-changing world that we live in that changes like every minute, as well as the corresponding changes in our lives. Because as the frequencies keep changing and changes in collective consciousness keep happening, it affects what's going on in our realities, our individual worlds also. So I'm running a minute or two late, but I'm here. So thanks to everybody for being patient. I'm just going to say a few quick hellos if you're here as a video, just to let the live people get their notifications and so forth. So hi, Dora and Mr. Floyd. Yeah, there's still a couple of openings for Spirit Fest, so you're welcome, Josh. I hope if it can work out, that would be great. So I see there's been a little conversation. Oh, wow. Okay. Laura, Mr. Floyd, Millie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Christine. And Beth's Healing Temple, welcome, welcome. Welcome, and if I miss anybody, apologies. Hi, Emma Louise. I just saw your name pop in. Very good. And hi, Felicia. Welcome, welcome. So who's in the Catskills? They got to be part of this massive light show from the sky. I think 4th of July came early to the Catskills. It's like reminds me of the old Frankenstein movies, like nonstop lightning, nonstop. I'm gonna post a short. I'm gonna use some footage from that in a short. I'm gonna post a little bit later on today. Hey, White Moon Readings, welcome, and hi, Megan and Julie. Hi. Oh yeah, last night. So Brooks saw. Yeah, I'm here in the Phoenicia area. My God, that was like wow, great. And lightning, it's like tension in the atmosphere. It's a harbinger of change. We've had, to my recollection, I've been living here for 24 years. This was the worst heat wave. Although I don't mind the heat that much, but even for me, it was a little bit. It was a little bit much. The worst heat wave I've ever experienced in the month of June in upstate New York in 24 years. The humidity, the length of it, and the sheer heat, and the fact that it didn't cool down. And in the valley, real field temperatures high as 109. So, these humid type heat waves are much more typical of later July than August. Usually June heat waves aren't so humid. So anyway, that's starting to shift. Things are going to get a little bit more temperate as time goes on over the next couple of weeks. So anyway, so Megan from the Midwest, welcome. Yeah, if you're new or you just want to say hi and where in the great wide world you're from, the Midwest also got this heat wave. And of course, a lot of you know that early June, I posted a short forecasting the heat wave for the Northeast and the Midwest. So besides being the psychic, I'm pretty connected to the weather and tuned with the weather. And I also studied meteorology in college and graduated with a BA. Why it wasn't a Bachelor of Science, it was a Bachelor of Arts in meteorology, but that's my degree. 1980. So anyway, yes. Yeah, even for me, it was a little bit much. I have to be honest. So let's talk a little bit about tarot and other things. Oh, you know what? I wanted to mention that, for those of you that are big, fans and aficionados of Dr. Joe Dispenza, that there is a free. Carla sent me. I don't think Carla's on a different Carla than the Carla that's on. Sent me a link to a film about things about his studies or things that he's done that's free until tomorrow night, and it's at sourcethefilm.com. So you go to Dr. Joe Dispenza, sourcethefilm.com. And also Joshua sent me an email. I haven't had a chance to respond to that. That's Mr. Floyd's channeling channel. And I don't know if that's the event that you were making me aware of, or if there's something else with Joe Dispenza that we should be aware of also. But we like to share this. He's really my go-to guy, especially when I talk about things like healing thyself, mind over matter, endocrinology, quantum physics, and all that stuff. And love the heat. It was 105. Oh, when you were born. Oh, you were born in July though, right? So Dr. Joe's film was great. So there's a oh, why is this working? There we go. That's I think the heat is affecting my machine, my computer right now. All right. Much hotter than here in Florida. All right. Absolutely scorching in New England today. Yep. Marjorie. Yeah, Joe Dispenza. All right. So anyway, so Beth was saying that she saw Dr. Joe's film and it was great. Okay, very good. And he's on Gaia. You're saying also, so that's maybe another place to catch him. On Gaia. I guess it's Gaia TV. So anyway, what I want to do is just jump in and start out with a meditation card for us for the week. That'll tap into the energies of our collective group here. And meditating with tarot cards, like any other meditation, get relaxed, present, open heart. When heart opens, mind opens. When heart, it's heart, brain, coherent. Speaking of Joe Dispenza, so when we really focus on the heart in presence and feel grateful just for the moment, then the brain and the heart blend, and then we blend with spirit. So it's a technique to connect with spirit also, as well as our higher self and everything. So anyway, so when we meditate with tarot, we want to get present, open heart, open mind, and then in your mind, step into the tarot card. And then the first thing is, how do you feel energetically, emotionally? That's the first and probably the best gauge of energy. Kind of like walking into a house or a room. If you clear your fields and just become present, you can feel a subtle change in the atmosphere, so to speak, the energetic atmosphere. So it's kind of the same thing. All right, I think we're still talking about Joe Dispenza and 1111 came up on the clock. Okay. All right. I like to keep an eye on your comments. Okay, so this is the other way of catching Joe Dispenza till the 26th. So you've got some time free, and he's all over YouTube. He's probably as good of a marketer as he is brilliant, because a while back he allowed YouTube content creators to I guess purchase his the rights to some of his videos, and so they did that. Their channels blew up, so it benefited them, and then Dr. Joe's name got out there to more people, so it benefited him and his agenda also, which in my estimation is to help empower us. So that's a good thing. We like empowerment. We can heal ourselves, to greater or lesser degree, depending on what's going on, what the soul's mission is. Sometimes our soul's purpose involves a period of illness, and we have to honor that also. But that said, we have such extraordinary capability to heal ourselves. A good example, I believe it comes out of his book called Not Becoming Supernatural. You Are the Placebo. With the story, and I heard this years ago too, the story of a woman that had multiple personality disorders, and one of the personalities got breast cancer. And when they ran diagnostics like X-rays or whatever they did, that when she was in that personality, there was a tumor in her breast. When she was not in that personality, no tumor. That's how powerful our minds are. So anyways, check him out. If you don't know his work, check him out. Very good. So I'm mixing cards, and we will pick our meditation cards. So what I need to do is just stop talking for a second and clear my mind. Open my heart, just like I'm recommending. Open my heart, open my mind, and then I feel energy. I feel flow. I feel spirit when I do that. We go. We found our card, and this is it. It's an offer card. So yeah, I feel like for some of you, there's also meanings behind this, that you're going to meet one or more new spirit guides or beings that are working with you, and you're going to receive some kind of gift. So when you go into the card in your meditation, when you step in, gauge what you're feeling, but also look around. What are you seeing, smelling, touching, tasting, knowing in this reality, in this your portal, basically, this section of the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, as is embodied by the tarot card. And you may meet with your guides there, and and see what's in that cup that you're being offered, and what's in the cups that you have already. These are your gifts. So that's how I'm interpreting in this particular context. These are your gifts, and this is a new gift that's being offered. So when you step in, ask your guides and angels, and they will work with you. So that's our meditation card for the week. Also, the blind woman who can see. So thank you. Yeah. It's been a while since I read the books, honestly. So I may have the wrong book, but there's that. Okay. So thank you. Okay. And hi, Yvonne. Hi, horses. Okay. And anybody else that came in new. So let's do our 3 card spread for us for the week. This can cover your life individually. It can cover things that are going on in our group here, our community, or things that are going on in the world around us. It's interesting because I get symbols in my mind too, and they show me my symbol for depression. So I think, some of us in this group are working through some kind of depression, anxiety, things that are coming up. Or I think it's spiritual way of saying, if you're feeling that or feeling the weight of the world, because we're all very empathic, most of us anyway, you do some long, deep breathing, inhaling joy, love, and light of the universe, circulate that in and around your heart, exhale, release whatever the tension is, whatever thoughts or energies or emotions are coming up. Sometimes it's how we're reacting to things. Sometimes it's other people's energy that kind of get entrenched within our energy fields. We affect each other, right? And everybody affects us on some level. That's part of quantum entanglement. We affect energy on the star, a million light years away. That's part of the theory of quantum entanglement. And it just suggests that we're all one, but we're all sections or parts of that, individual aspects of that divine one or wholeness that are interconnected, yet individual at the same time. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. And Pauline. And anybody else that I missed, welcome. All right. So for these, I do a 3 card spread, and then just dive in. And let me grab a little water. Oh, wow, Mr. Floyd. I'll post this. This is post worthy. Yeah. I could see you totally working at Gaia. That's right up your alley. Definitely. Sounds like a great place to work. Yeah. All right. Let me clear my mind again and let spirit work through me to pick the right cards. Just putting the word sound vibration in my mind. So I think this is a really good week to work with things like solfeggio frequencies, chanting, toning, all that kind of good stuff. All right. See what we got here. Okay. Lot of tension. So there's going to be a lot of tension in the air. I mean, that's just the way of the world. I get that. But last week was a little bit, I mean, the heat created a lot of tension, but it was a little bit more subdued. I think it's coming out. I think, here in the States, I think between stress and tensions in the Supreme Court and things that are coming up this week. And is there also a presidential debate coming up? That would definitely explain this card, if there is. So I think tensions are going to be running higher. And a lot of it is politically motivated or motivated through powers that control the politics, whatever whatever your views are on that. But, we get triggered, and we have to learn how to, speaking of Joe Dispenza, you'll observe our trigger points rather than feed into them. So that's always a good exercise that I'm doing every day when I get triggered by something out there. And if I'm present enough and aware enough at that time and not indulging in my feelings, which I've been known to do also, then I can step outside and just observe my reactions. And then you observe the programming in action, because we're so hardwired to react predictably to our environments and things that go on in our environments, other people, and what goes on in the news and all that stuff. And it's very predictable. And the way we react, that's our energy. That's what we're creating in the now. So we take the past, bring that into the present through our reactions to our environment that are hardwired into us based on our programming. And as Joe Dispenza says, the mind's not only a record of the past, but a creator of the future. So we're basically taking our past and creating our future out of that. I don't wish to do that anymore. I mean, not that my present and past is terrible, but it's limited. I don't want to be limited by my programming. So if you guys feel the same way and you're on board, a really easy thing to do, it's a 2-step process. One, practice presence all the time. Every time you think about it, stop your thoughts, tune into your breath, and just be aware of everything and focusing on nothing. And when you have an emotional reaction, be aware of your reaction, but step out and observe it. Don't try to stop it. You're just going to get frustrated if you try to stop your emotional reaction. Ain't going to work, but you can step back and observe that. So that's part of that. I will flush. This is kind of our community hangout also. This is really relevant to me. I feel so, because I was able to observe. Oh, good for you. And I had to, yeah, very good. And because it's kind of a Joe Dispenza kind of a day, because he's got all this free stuff going on. Every time you do that, this is his vernacular. Every time you do that, Christina, that's a victory, and those victories add up. I couldn't resist. Who's the water sign? No, Donald Trump's a Gemini, not a Cancerian. Well, that could be his card. I don't know if Joe Biden's a water sign or if he just has that energy. But yeah, not yeah. Does it take a psychic or a tarot reader? I don't think so to understand that there's going to be a lot going on in that segment. Now, if you guys happen to catch my summer 2024 forecast, although timelines are fluid, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But one of the predictions was that one of them's going to pull out of the race by the autumn. As I'm saying that, I feel like Spirit's saying it may be that, it may be closer to October, but it's still very likely to happen, if not both of them. They're both older gentlemen, right? With known health issues. There's also, they both have known legal issues, right? And there's a lot of reasons why that could happen. I'll put it that way. Yes, victory. Yes. Who's his running mate now mentioned? I heard what's her name? Nicole Haley. Wait, am I getting her name right? Oh gosh, I'm drawing a mental blank. As road to and oh, so this is interesting. You've actually done this chart. Wow. Road in the first, Keto in the seventh. Look into that, and you'll definitely understand Trump. That's very good. Yeah. Gavin Newsom, yeah, that I mentioned him in a short video that I did 2 or 3 weeks ago, to keep an eye on the name Gavin Newsom, for better or for worse. But anyway, that's beside the point. Donna saying Biden's not mentally available. Well, I remember the Reagan years. I remember it was the 1980s. I watched him on TV, and I would tell my friend, he's diseased. This man is diseased, and he's running the country. I would just look at him, look at his aura, look at the shell around his face. Like I could see stuff like that in my mind. It wasn't years later that it came out he was running the country when he had Alzheimer's, basically. So, the president could be non-compos mentis. Is that the Latin compos mentis or whatever? But there's others that run the country. You see, there's other forces behind them. So, so Biden doesn't have to be all there for him to win and for him to continue to run the country. That's Yeah, and also, Trump, can be a convicted felon and still run for president. That's the Constitution does not forbid that to happen. So anyway, is there something wrong with the political system? Maybe, but this is all part of the all part of the what's it say? All part of the change, all part of the grand plan, all part of the awakening. So I think Obama's running thing that could be done. That could very well be, yeah. Um, and Mr. Floyd Gavin's a major snake. We know that. Well, some of us know that. Although he did something that, on the surface of things, it seemed nice for the Native Americans recently, but for the most part, yeah, I agree with that. So anyway, a lot of politics. Maybe that's why we're talking about a lot of politics in the forefront. And yeah, Nikki Haley, I think that's going to be Trump's running mate, and I'm not sure who, if it's going to be Harris again or what Biden's choosing. Probably, I think they keep the same vice president, right? If they're running for reelection. Anyhow, as he says, so Kevin Spacey. All I know. Oh my God, I'm missing some of your. Some of your. I have to check that with Elizabeth April. What Millie's saying. Yeah. Because she's good. Yeah, I think that she's good. Um, He taught Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, as great an actor as he is, I'll just leave it at that. Great an actor as he is, there's more to his story. All right, and anyhow, let me see what else. Yeah, it also shows, that us, collectively, like in your life, you're ready for a lot of people to be going through a lot emotionally around you. You may find that you're like everybody's like Doctor, what is it, Dr. Joyce Brothers, or everybody's psychiatrist around you. It's like a lot of people are just not handling the energies. They're not handling what's going on in the world. We've had some major spikes of energies. We have a nice blend of energies here because there's water, air, and fire showing up. Not enough earth though, so ground. This is the key to a lot of things, especially if you're encountering a lot of stress in your world, in the world at large. Remember to ground, every day, many times a day. Relax, breathe, bring some energy into your lower chakras. Because when we tend to be tense or anxious, we bring our energy more to our upper chakras because we need to be intuitively aware. It's a survival instinct of what's going on, but we tend to not be as grounded. So, and then we tend to breathe shallow and everything. We're not relaxed. We're not breathing deeply enough. Just relaxing, just letting it flow. So ground, lay your roots deep. So imagine that you're a tree, send your roots deep into the earth, and just hang out there for 10 or so minutes. And don't do that a couple times a day. And when you're grounded, the storms can blow through you and around you, but you're not going to break. The white pines are the shallow rooted trees here. They come down in the storms. The birches and maples, it takes a much stronger storm to knock those trees down because they are deeply rooted. So there's a lot of energy. There's probably going to be more, I want to say, how do I put this? Energy assaults on the collective that goes on. I think it goes on in a frequency level, though I have no proof of this. This is just my theory. I'll put it that way. We're subject to Wi-Fi signals, cell signals, radio waves too. They think of the Montauk projects. They were using radio waves to affect people's behaviors. This was going on in the 1970s even. So you can think about things like that the capabilities to use that as well. And I got something last week. It had something to do with weather modification. I have to think about that. Oh yeah, that how you think about the Schumann resonance. And I'll probably do this like as a short or a post at some point. Now, in meteorology, I studied that as a major. They came up in our classes, the Schumann resonance, and it was like a low vibration, and at the time they're saying that thunderstorm activity can affect that. Now we're getting spikes like we never got before, and people believe that it's a sign of the Earth ascending, and it very well may be. But what if that these spikes in the Schumann frequency was really like a harp thing, like technology used to modify the weather that was causing these spikes in the Schumann resonance. So keep that in mind, at least as a possibility, because in weather forecasting, even today with such modern technology and sophistication, and weather forecasting is quite accurate. About within 24 hours, it's rated about 93% accuracy now. But every now and then, as the weather's happening, it all changes. Every now and then, they blow the weather forecast clearly within hours before that. And sometimes we wonder why that is. And, part of it could be well, let me back up a little bit, because there's forces that act on the Earth that standard meteorology does not take into account with the computer models. So there's forces that are more in the cosmos that help to drive the weather patterns here on Earth that are not well known yet. They're becoming more well understood. So there could be technology that affects those forces that in turn starts to move the weather pattern. So anyway, just something to keep in mind. What are you guys saying about that? In Ireland, it's nice for Ireland and all, and aluminum, when we're breathing that aluminum in. So do heavy metal detoxes from time to time. Henry, I love Created with Thunder and Lightning. Thank you, Katie. And I'm American Transplant. Very good. And this is a longer comment that I wanted to share. Just wanted to share with everyone that my horse and I traveled to a great place yesterday to trail ride at Village Creek State Park. Great energy. They're part of the Cherokee. Oh, nice. And that's in Arkansas, I think, or Missouri. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah. Also, yeah. And then Carl's saying, beautiful. Yeah. So anyway, so there's a little bit. I'm seeing money changing hands. There may be some money laundering schemes exposed or something with that as well. So I think part of this, because it's very kind of Neptunian in a way, I think that we may get one or two bits, filtering up into the mainstream media about things of that nature and corruption and election frauds and all that kind of stuff. So we're definitely in that season. Yeah, we're definitely in that season, the summer season, where the acceleration of the corruption rising to the surface is happening. So things like that. But the thing is, try to stay grounded, stay emotionally balanced as possible. Observe your ups and downs. Nothing wrong with that. I think one or two of you may just end some friendships. That's been a trend. A lot of disagreement around you. My advice is don't buy into the duality. Even if you have an ideology, politically or otherwise, remember that the right and the left wing belong to the same corrupt, dirty bird. And it's all a system that's driven or created to make us more fearful and therefore easier to control. I feel like Spirit saying, like pack animals. Like you scare the animals, you fire a few guns, and then the animals will run in a certain direction, basically. So that's kind of like what they're trying to do to us, is basically sound those alarms and get us to run in a certain direction based on our fear or anger, and keep us divided and weak, basically. How do we avoid that division? Because they want to divide us, in our own consciousness. They want to divide us, our heart, our brain. They're different. Stay in the heart. That's her center of power. Stay in the heart. That's the unified field exists within every heart. And when you're in your heart, you're in the unified field of the heart. The more in your heart you are, the less you'll be programmed, because hearts cannot be programmed. Only the subconscious mind can. Hearts know love. Hearts know gratitude. Hearts know compassion. Stay in that vibrational field, and you'll be able to resist the programming, and you'll be able to help others on their way to their ascension, and be of service to humanity during these times. Basically, So anyway, I am going to move on, and let me just see. Sis is cooking breakfast. Enjoy your breakfast. Both sides infiltrated. Thank you. So this is just sort of a confirmation. Both sides infiltrated. It's an illusion to distract us getting to know our true selves. Bingo. That. Couldn't have put it better myself. And we crossed a milestone together. Very good. Very good. So you're talking about different timelines and everything. Good for you. Yes, yes. That is beautiful. So let me pull a few more. And a few more goodies here. By the way, if I didn't mention it, I think I did. Summer 2024 forecast is up. It got released Thursday evening. So it's on the channel now if you want a video to go to after this. Or if you want to do a personal tarot reading, I uploaded one of those at 10 a.m., a longer one, not a short form. All right. I don't have too many commercials today. I think that's it for now. The saying, it's not commercial, it's channel announcements. Okay. Let me just clear my mind. This is the Native American Tarot. The card that we got here is the Matriarch of Shield, which is basically the Queen of Pentacles, the Earth Mother, the grounded one. So this is just saying to ground, but also I feel like she's very creative, this character, this figure. And this one another way to ground is to do something artistic. You know, if you like to draw, or if you like to write or knit or sew, or I like to drum and sing. So that's my art. So I'll do that. I'll try to do that every day as part of my meditation, or dancing. That's part of my workout. I always dance too. These are things that they keep us in the creative flow, which brings us closer to source or God, because God or source created everything. So when we're creating, we're allowing that flow of creativity through us, and we're uplifting our energy and our frequency and our vibration, and then to ground also. So anyhow, yes, and cooking as well. Yeah, I think somebody was mentioning cooking. I think Colleen, cooking is an art too. You're creating, something out of food to make it. It's alchemy in a way. You're adding heat, or you're adding spices or whatever, and you're changing the flavor of food, right? So alchemy changes one thing to another. Lead into gold, basically. So there's energetic alchemy also. We can change the energetic lead that's going on in the world into gold. Basically, it's just by shifting the vibration and shifting the frequency. So anyway, I'll leave this one out in case I want to reference it later. Let's move on to the Isis Oracle deck. That's next on the list. And I just keep me. Oh, thank you, Yvonne, for that. Saying that my forecast is super good. Yes, we'll see how much of it pans out. I mean, it's never 100%, but timelines are fluid. I'm human. And as I'm taught, you're saying, we give you what's important to know, basically. And sometimes predictions are points of references. If we don't like the prediction, let's do something to change it. Whether you get a tarot reading from somebody and you don't like what's coming up, well, that's spirit's way of saying, this is your vibration. This is what's likely to pan out in the future. But if you change your vibration, you may be able to change some of it. And granted, sometimes the wheels are already set in motion and certain things need to play out in your life based on things set in motion. But whatever we hold as energy, that's what we create. It happens instantaneously on a quantum level. So as soon as you change your mood, what's going on inside the atoms in your body change just by changing your mood. And what happens, it's the atoms are really energy. The nuclei are basically one 100,000th of the entire atom. That's the only thing that's solid. The other 99.999% is energy, basically. So you change the energy of the atoms, and over time, that's going to change things on a macro level also, because the physical is very, very dense. But every time you change your mood, you've already changed the atoms in your body. You've already changed your energetic field. And then you have emotions. That's energy, emotion, electron, E, energy, emotion, E. And and then that triggers a hormonal response in the body. And poof, you have feelings, you have emotions, basically, but it's all based on energy. Uh, and very good. So anyway, so what does the Isis Oracle have to say to add to that? Oh, found my card. And this is the Pyramid of Light. We've gotten Pyramid of Light before. I think one of the things it's showing me is we may hear of another major volcanic eruption this week, because that's what I'm seeing in this, even though that's not what it means. It's more like a light infusion out of the pyramid. And the message says step your vibration deeper into love. Oh, I like that. And there's a pyramid with the Eye of Horus. There's lines, like ley lines, going down into the earth, and it's being infused by this kind of cosmic big bang or blast that's going on. And I'm seeing an angel within that. In my mind, I'm seeing an angel within that. So a lot of us may be working a lot more with the angels also. But it's nice to sit in pyramids as well, or meditate in pyramids. And Mr. Floyd, Joshua, who gifted me these cards, is saying Isis. So maybe that's an embodiment of the goddess Isis also as well. And I think that for some of us, this is about like revelations, about like a light bulb going off, like new ideas, new downloads of information from spirit, inventing new things in your life, creating new things in your life, whether it's job, work, services, writing, again, art and creativity. The creative forces are really, from what I'm getting through the overlaying the different cards we've been pulling, that's really like a call to be more creative in our community right now, and to allow those creative forces to come into us and through us. They wanted me to pull this card too. Enter the chamber of healing, healing the divine chamber of Lady Isis. So enter into that chamber, but also I'm also getting a metaphor to the man behind the curtain. Remember the Wizard of Oz? The Wizard of Oz turned out to be pretty darn cool. He did not need all these bells and whistles to terrify Dorothy, and that to be powerful. He was powerful just as a humble man, not the great and powerful Oz. So look for the man behind that. In my circle, and any of you that are mediums may be aware of a certain physical medium who's travels around the world demonstrating physical mediumship as a total fraud, using the bells and whistles and the wires or whatever. I'm not going to mention any names because that's not cool or professional, but that's been kind of going around the grapevine, amongst the mediumship community. There's somebody that's connected with some of the greatest spiritualist centers in the world. So there's a lot of illusions and delusions. We're going to find a lot of these so-called spiritual teachers, think John of God also. They could be great channels and channel that pure light of God or energy. But as humans, many of them, the ones that we know about that are more visible, there's a lot of corruption there also. There's that temptation of having this higher power to use it for more like egoic purposes, or power over others, or control, or stuff like that. So the thing is that the guru is within, and if you really honor that, and you honor the teacher within, you may attract a genuine spiritual teacher on the outside also. But remember that. And I think with people being exposed, people that are very, very high up, that are world known, we may start to see that there's other side to that. And everything. Well, what are we saying? Pure evil, that man. Who's pure evil? I want to know who's pure evil, that man. All right. Anyways, maybe somebody that I'm talking about. So what is it saying? Haiti, fireballs and people burn as they, such energetic fire. Right, yeah, and that's kind of a metaphor what's happening. Remember, the witches that were being burned. A lot of them weren't witches. Maybe some of them were, practicing, pagan religions or whatever. But it was a takeover of land. It was a forceful imposition of religious, values and beliefs that, there. I'm not sure. I mean, if you want to, Horace, if you want to private message me somewhere, I'll reveal the name privately to people. But he comes to New York, yes. He comes to New York. Uh yeah, right. Who's pure evil? I want to know. Yeah, me too. I want to know. Inquiring mind want to know. All right, where's here we go. This is Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors deck. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's one of the examples that I was citing. Yeah, I mean, I know people that have been there. I know people that have had amazing healings with that. But remember what I was saying in the beginning with you are the placebo. The woman that had, with multiple personality disorder, when she had breast cancer, when she was in a personality that had breast cancer, she manifested a physical tumor that disappeared in other personalities. That's the power of belief. Any good healer will tell you, I'm just facilitating. You are the healer. I'm the facilitator. Not that I'm the great and powerful, so forth and so on of God, and I shall heal you. That's not how it works. Okay, yeah. And the one that I'm thinking about is not the only one. This was a big problem in the late 1800s when during spiritualism's heyday is that fraud would fake the physical mediumship and the seances, and then everybody thought that it was a bunch of BS, and it undermined the whole spiritualist movement. So people that do that are really undermining mediumship, and we're here to validate the continuity of life, help people through their grief, through their healing, and let people know you're not going to die. So when you lose the fear of dying, you lose the fear of living. So people that exploit that and they're frauds, yet for their own selfish gains, they're harming a lot of people, and they're always going to get exposed sooner or later. I mean, I don't know how they think that they're not, but anyway. And saying false prophets will be exposed. Yeah, that's what's that part of the fifth seal or the sixth seal? Revelation is a really interesting story in the Bible because what language was Revelation written in? It wasn't Aramaic. It was an exception to the rule, and it was really the only full-on prophecy in the New Testament. I mean, there's some prophecy in the New Testament, a lot in the Old Testament. And then I forgot the channel's name, but I know John the scribe is credited for writing Revelations, and he have interesting stuff. And all the prophets saying the same thing about this time, whether it's the Mayan, the Hopi, Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce, Revelations, all of them. This is the time. Different language, some of the details a little bit different, but the same essence. This is the big shakeup, the big shift, the destruction followed by the rebirth, followed by 1,000 years of enlightenment and the golden age of humanity, give or take. Very similar trends around and all that. We're coming right into the heart of that big shift right now. Summer 2024, bang. We started out with lots of thunder here in the Catskills. Anyway, back to Kyle Gray, and this is the card they drew me to. Metatron and Sandalphon, and we work with these in our channeling also. And I learned this through Steve Noble on YouTube. He's a great meditation facilitator, and just a wonderful human being. I follow him. And synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. So Metatron works with the Ascension. I mean, they all work with Ascension, but the Christ grid. And when I work with Metatron, what I understand is not only is this energy allowing us to, allowing the central sun energies and the Ascension Christ grid, but it's also a very condensing field to help us to reconnect or reintegrate our soul parts to be more powerful. And then Sandalphon's more of the crystalline, like the 5-dimensional earth grid. So basically these are the higher vibrations of the cosmos and the universe. And this can be found in 3 places. It can be found in the center of the universe, the center of the earth, but also the center of your own heart. So if you access your own heart, you can access these central points of the universe and the earth also. It's the same access point to spirit, just different ways of doing it, right? So anyway, Violet Flame, Enoch, very good. Carla, yes. Oh, thank you. Carla Kelly is the one that alerted me to the fact that Dr. Joe's documentary on sourcethefilm.com is free until tomorrow night, right? Did I get that right, Carla? So anyhow, thank you for that. And also thank you to, again, to Joshua for pointing out that his stuff on Gaia is free for the next few days also. So you can catch some of his Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on Gaia for free. Frequency of the week. So I feel like they're saying, that I kind of glossed a little bit over that last card, that Sandalphon and Metatron, and working with these two really helps in a unification. It works with the heart-brain connection, also the heart-brain spirit connection. Anyhow, here's the one they got for me, Soul Time, number 40. So we got a new one for a change, not a repeat. The frequency of Soul Time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless and infinite. Remember, everybody's looking for security. I do, a lot of psychic readings too. I do mediumship readings and psychic readings. Everybody wants security, and the thing is, you're not going to find it in the physical world. It's an oxymoron, because the physical world is temporary. How can you find something that's secure and stable in an environment that's inherently unstable and subject to change? But the soul, the spirit is immortal. So if you connect to spirit and connect with that which lasts forever, you start to create more of a semblance of security in your physical life also, even though it's inherently unstable. But anyway, I think you get that. I think you understand that. And you can get your own messages by just gauging the middle and just absorbing this frequency of this sacred geometry. That'll help you to link you with your soul. I mean, different people have different definitions, but to me, the soul is the vehicle that our spirit travels in through this lifetime, through different lifetimes, through different dimensions and different realities. So that's how I define our soul. So, like I said, different people have slightly different meanings for these terms. And I'm just looking at your comments for a second. Oh, I'm definitely missing some of your. Millie does the Steve Noble almost nightly. Good for you, Millie. You know who the best. I'm missing some of your. And Daniel's saying it's interesting. This might I'll flash this one. It's interesting because I felt contrary to how one would think I'd feel from the dream. I have to go into that a bit deeper. All right, so maybe I kind of miss the. Yeah. Good for you. So enjoy Marco Island and Dr. Joe. Excellent. Yeah. And link to Dr. Joe for free on Gaia is on my channel, the Community Channel. Go to Mr. Floyd Channeling's channel, and he does channelings virtually every day with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain. That's very on point. So anyhow, and Rewired is on Gaia. So that's the name of the Joe Dispenza one, Rewired. All right. So Rewired is also on Gaia. So you guys know, what's going on here. All right. So we have a couple more things to do here. I've got my medicine cards today, so we'll pick our totem animal for the week. This will be limited to the North American species because it's the medicine card or the Native American tradition. Okay, this is just a confirmation here. Thank you. That is the free Dr. Joe Dispenza Rewired. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So here we go. We got the Black Panther. Isn't there a movie called Black Panther also? So black is often about the hidden, right? The night, and panthers, the big cats, are about pride. They're about energy. It's about like the mystery. Yeah, the internal force is what I'm getting. But I want to see what the book says. Um, I need both hands for this. Trying to do this one hand, it ain't working. So the little caption says embracing the unknown, basically. So Black Panthers, I won't read the whole thing. So I think you get the idea. So, we fear the unknown because it's unknown. It's a survival instinct, basically. But, the unknown is just that. It becomes known. It's like our shadows are unknown until we shine the light of awareness onto the shadow. So embrace the unknown, embrace the shadows. And how do we do that? If we're in our heart and we're connected more with Source, we know the one that created us will take care of us always. So we're always safe, even if we're going into the dark or we're going into the unknown. That's how we learn and that's how we grow. And as you've traveled through the unknown, you may find that the source of an entire lifetime of challenges in this lifetime is there waiting to meet you so that you can integrate that energy and become whole and complete again. And you can use the totem of the Black Panther to take you to those darker and more scary places in order to assist you in reintegrating, because the panther is all powerful, great protector as well. So anyways, last but not least, I have my angel therapy cards. From the one and only Doreen Virtue. And I was going to say, and although she doesn't really follow that path anymore in her life, she left us with a legacy of a lot of knowledge and information. So this is vacuum away fear. So this may also fit in with the Black Panther energy, because again, fear of the unknown. Once we embrace our fears, then we don't fear anymore. And what it says: call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. And that's what the card looks like. And basically, that's what we got for you. So an interesting week ahead. There's a lot to unpack, but the idea is, as long as we stay in our heart, stay connected to our community of the heart, stay in our heart, and we can watch the world change around us. We can send energy of love and high vibrations into the world to be part of that change and to maybe mitigate some of the challenges. As the master teachers say, those are the beings that come through me when I channel. That it doesn't have to be so hard. Basically, the timelines are fluid, and there's the potential for a lot of suffering and a lot of problems in the world. And I think some of it's got to happen because change happens when there's tension, just like the big thunderstorm in the Catskills last night. There's a lot of atmospheric tension that got released in the thunderstorms. So tension's not necessarily a bad thing. It's necessary for change. But if we can stay in our heart, stay in our power, and really focus on the positive and teach other people to do that as a collective, we can soften the blow of the huge shift into this higher frequency. It doesn't have to be a full-on disaster. Some of the prophecies don't have to come true. They're points of references more than anything. Timelines are fluid. Everything's changing. And on that note, that's what I've got for you today. So thank you. I think as far as live streams go, it's a quieter week on the Medium channel. But we've got a lot of good stuff. We've got a full moon channeling that was very powerful that we did on the full moon the other night. So if you didn't do that, you can bring those full moon energies into the present and do that. That's a lot of frequency work with Archangel Uriel and the master teachers coming through. We have the summer 2024 forecast up. We have the and a new tarot reading up also. So anyway, love you guys. Very good. Frozen. It's the Frozen Music Festival. Nice. I haven't been to a good music festival for a long time. Maybe I'll do that. And the angel was Archangel. Oh, in this card, this would be Archangel Raphael because it's holding the seduce. How do you pronounce it? Not seduceus. I never pronounce that word. The medical symbol. That's one of the symbols of Archangel Raphael. So this would be Archangel Raphael on this card. All right. All right. And yeah, soften the blow. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Good. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the Medium channel. We just had our 4th anniversary. So we've been here 4 years doing this. Best is still yet to come. Love you guys.